Vestavia Hills High School's bowling team came up just a tad short this season on bringing home the state championship. After winning the championship in 2019, the team has risen to a status where a semifinal finish is still a bit disappointing for them. But when you look at how the team has grown the last 4 years, you can see the Rebels have a lot to be proud of. As Donette Logan tells us, one last name has been heard during those years: Reed.
You can call it a family affair.
You know, I laugh that you see football players out and they're only out for a play and they come back and mom can kind of take a breath. But when all three of your kids are doing the same sport, there is no break. It's nerve-wracking for a parent.
You heard right. Not one, not two, but all three of her sons were in the same sport. And for a moment, all three bowled for Vestavia Hills High School at the same time. But now the youngest, Walter Reed, is making a name for himself.
I'll probably get a text about this once this interview breaks, but I think he's the best of them.
Leading the Rebels through 4 stellar seasons, Walter's drive may have come from more than the desire to add a trophy to the trophy case.
I would say it's even worse than a state championship because it's, you got all the bragging rights because I get to live with these guys. So I got to go home and be like, guess who beat in bowling today?
But the bragging rights stopped there with his brothers. Walter's extremely humble about his success and knows it would not have been possible if he hadn't worked for it.
Well, I started at a very young age. I was about in 4th grade and my brother was in 6th. And it started as a hobby because I was never really good at it in a young age. But as I grew and, got more physical with it, you could see my pins raised and my average got higher and I just would be able to control the ball more.
It's been cool to kind of see him grow up as a young man, where he's progressed from being a 9th grader on our team and being on our state championship team to watch him assume a leadership role now, going from being one of the guys that was looking to be led to being the leader. It's been pretty cool to watch that.
But Walter's talents go beyond the pins.
Away from bowling, I'm in theater. I'm a big on-stage personality. I love, being in the lights and singing my heart out and acting and performing for people.
Gosh, the Lord has really blessed him and given him not only a sport talent, but a talent of singing, and he can use his voice to bring joy to other people.
It's a talent that Walter didn't really discover till later in life. In fact, he will tell you this is his first real year of acting. But even with it being new to him, he sees every opportunity it has to offer and even earned a lead role.
It's honestly really fun to just have not all the attention on me, but to be at a place like that where your voice is heard and you're seen everywhere you go. You have a job to uphold, and when you do it perfectly, you get rewarded for it, and it's just really fun.
Over Christmas holiday, he had the lead in Elf the musical. He was Buddy, and I surprised him and came to opening night, and he didn't know I was going to be there. And I remember watching him walk out on stage, and I just started crying. I couldn't believe how good he was, and it just floored me. I've seen him perform and I've seen him do, but to be a lead for the first time and watch that transformation from my baby to this almost adult who has taken on this role and learned these parts and these songs and dancing, it was just breathtaking to me.
It's a transformation that we may all get a chance to see as Walter heads off to the plains this fall.
In college, I'm going to be a civil engineer, and I'm going to minor in musical theater at Auburn.
One thing is for sure, when you meet Walter Reed, he leaves an impression on you. And his mom, Suzanne, sums it up pretty well.
To me, he's an amazing kid. He had a rough childhood. We had some family issues, but Walter has stuck to who he is as a believer in Christ, and he's just amazing. Sorry.
Donette Logan, High School Sports Weekly.